Welcome everyone. Let's begin our lesson for today by going over the learning goals and success criteria. First, what are we learning? We're learning how to construct congruent segments, perpendicular bisectors, congruent angles, angle bisectors, and parallel lines using a compass and straight edge, as well as how to increase the length of a line segment and the measure of an angle using a compass and straight edge. We will also be finding how to select the most efficient method of finding a solution for a system of linear equations, how to find the slope and y-intercept of a function from an equation, how to graph linear functions using slope and y-intercept, how to graph multiple linear functions on the same plane and find the point of intersection, how to solve systems of equations algebraically using the elimination and substitution method, how to recognize patterns in the graphs of systems of linear inequalities, how to determine how to find the overlap of the shading of a system of linear inequalities, how to graph linear inequalities using slope and y-intercept, how to use the correct line and shading for graphs of inequalities, how to graph multiple linear inequalities on the same plane and find their intersection, how to perform translation, reflection, and rotation movements on geometric figures, how to understand the various types of triangles by their angle and side measures, how to recognize congruence in geometric figures, how to use the SSS theorem, SAS theorem, ASA theorem, and AAS postulate to prove that two triangles are congruent, how to recognize that if two triangles are congruent, all of their corresponding parts are congruent, how to recognize congruent geometric figures as being transformations, how to write a formal proof to show that two triangles are congruent, how to find the mean, median, and mode of a set of data, how to find the range of a set of data, how to recognize and remove any outliers from a set of data, how to create intervals for data sets based on the amount of data and frequency of values, how to create a frequency table for a set of data, how to convert a frequency table into a histogram, how to find the range of a set of data, how to find the quartiles of a set of data, and how to create a box and whisker plot to represent a set of data. How are we learning it? Through the Integrated Math 1 second semester final exam assignment. When can we use this information? To create matching sets of furniture or recreate a piece of furniture, how to cut boards into smaller equal pieces in order to create or repair furniture, to create a piece of furniture or a decoration by increasing its size, to calculate the amount of money in a savings account, to find economic solutions to financial problems such as income versus expenses and supply versus demand, to determine how to run a successful company by utilizing the principles of supply and demand, to determine the best way to complete a task when there are multiple ways to complete a task, such as putting together a new fence in a backyard, to determine how to run a successful company by utilizing the principles of supply and demand and production costs, to determine which scores you can receive on your final exam that will allow you to pass the course, to determine how many of each kind of product you might need to sell to reach a goal of profit, to determine whether furniture will fit in areas of your house if you move them, to understand why mirrors invert the appearance of things by switching the left and the right, to set the time on a non-digital clock, to recognize similarities and differences that will allow you to distinguish between solutions in your life, to group items together based on limited but similar information, to formulate well-thought, articulated arguments to defend your opinions on various topics, to find the average number of products that are sold by the company in order to predict sales rates and revenue, and to predict the likelihood of certain events occurring by applying the existing frequency of the event to future predictions. How do you know you learned it? By getting a score of 4 on the Integrated Math 1 second semester final exam assignment. Now let's take a look at our agenda for today. We will begin by going over the learning goals and success criteria. After that, I'll give you time to complete the Integrated Math 1 second semester final exam assignment on Illuminate. At the end of class, we'll go back over our learning goals and success criteria while you fill out your before you go. Let's take a look now at the Integrated Math 1 second semester final exam assignment. The assignment begins with the learning goals and success criteria. If we scroll down, there's a link here to take you to the Illuminate test. Go ahead and click on that link, and it should take you to a page that looks like this. Let's talk now about how to log into Illuminate so that we can take our assessments. So when you click on the link to go to your Illuminate, it should take you to a page that looks like this, and it should already have the access code already there. So the only thing you need to enter in is your student login. Now your student login is your full student ID. So we're going to go ahead and enter that in. So we enter in our full student ID and click Next. It's going to pop up to a page that looks like this. It should have your name right here and your student ID here. It should tell you what test you're taking right here. If everything looks right, you're going to go ahead and click Confirm. From there, it should take you to a page that looks like this. You should have the title here. It should have your name up here in the top right corner. It tells you when the test closes and how many questions are on the test, you'll go ahead and click Begin Test. That will allow you to begin your test and complete the questions. Once you're done, make sure you go back to Google Classroom and submit your work.